Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visite suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Műsoraink sok nyelvet tartalmaznak. Kérjük, tekintse meg itt suprememastertv.com/schedule.
There's about 1,000 acres of silage that's both planted and then mowed down as feed for the cattle operations. So we have documented footage of these huge lawnmowers going over this silage grass fields and native birds just being demolished during their nesting season.
The Betrayal of Point Reyes, an environmental travesty, a plea to protect precious habitats, Part 2 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
Salam alaikum means hello in South Sudanese Arabic. I'm Emmanuel. The benevolent people of South Sudan thank you for asking your friends and family to adopt the noble vegan lifestyle. Welcome to part 2 of our two-part series, The Betrayal of Point Reyes and Environmental Travesty, a plea to protect precious habitats. In our previous episode, we learned that at Point Reyes National Seashore, a national park in California, USA, several factory farms are still operating within the park several decades after they were supposed to be removed. These farms are destroying the flora-fauna people and natural habitat of the park and threatening the lives of the rare indigenous Tule elk people. On today's program, Julie Phillips, a Tule elk people biologist and educator, shares her thoughts on the inappropriateness of having ranches in a national park.
National parks are what we call restricted use lands. These are the most protected lands on Earth. And so Point Reyes National Seashore is a part of that system. This is exactly where our native Tule elk should be. And Point Reyes is unique in that it's the only national park that has our native Tule elk. They aren't found in any other place in California like that. I'll just briefly read the mission of the national park because I think that's really important. The purpose of the national park system is to conserve the scenery and the natural and historic objects and the wildlife therein, and to provide for the enjoyment of the same in such manner and by such means as will leave them unimpaired for the enjoyment of future generations. We need these special protected lands so that we can be sure that we have Tule elk over time.
Home to nearly 490 species of people of the bird kingdom, Point Reyes National Seashore boasts the greatest avian people diversity of any national park in the US. However, factory farms are threatening the habitat for many of the bird people and other wild animal people in the park.
The silage mowing has a huge negative impact on native bird populations. Silage is mowed. There's about 1,000 acres of silage that's both planted and then mowed down as feed for the cattle operations. And they mow the lawn multiple times, including during bird nesting season. So we have documented footage of these huge lawnmowers going over this silage grass fields and native birds just being demolished during their nesting season. And then on top of this, with so much land degradation and 30% of the land being dedicated to these ranchers, it's basically creates a biological graveyard for wildlife. It's mostly monocultures, and when there's no healthy, diverse ecosystems, animals and native wildlife don't thrive. So because their home has been destroyed and manipulated by the ranchers, native animals don't have their home.
As visitors drive through the park, they see rows and rows of tiny white hutches housing baby calf children. What many people don't realize, however, is that these babies are waiting to be slaughtered.
And it wasn't until I started doing the work with the Tuliel that I even learned that those white little hutches were, in fact, isolation pens for baby calves. So I had my little awakening moment doing this work and really saw the cruelty of the dairy industry and had the recognition that, yeah, milk doesn't come from any cow. It comes from pregnant cows, and the pregnant cows that are lactating, if the baby gets the milk, then we don't get the milk. It's really sad to be in a national park where I'm trying to enjoy wildlife and be driving down the road and just see hundreds of baby cows trapped in these isolation pens.
Many people want the cattle people ranches and factory farms removed from Point Reyes.
We remove the cattle, remove the dairy operations and so on, then we'll let the elk restore the land and the public would get to monitor and watch this. So for them to get to see the native perennial bunch grasses begin to grow, protection of the coastal prairies begin to expand, other native habitat that's found there would be something that would be just amazing for all of us to get to see together. And that's really what we should be doing in the 21st century in a national park.
I really think that if we can phase out the commercial industry and we can give the land a chance to breathe and a chance to recover, the land is not broken. It's not done. It just needs a chance to thrive. So if we can remove the destructive force on the land will heal itself. But the first thing we have to do is get rid of all the harm that's being caused by these commercial beef and dairy operations.
Vegan, 'cause the animal people deserve respect and love just like we do.
We share your concerns about the immense damage caused by raising animal people livestock. We'll take a moment now to thank heaven that more and more people are protecting our earth by adopting the vegan lifestyle. We'll be back after this message. Welcome back to our program. Diana believes that raising animal people livestock creates immense damage not only in Point Reyes National Seashore but around the globe.
Climate catastrophe is getting worse. Wildfire season is getting worse. California itself is in a state drought emergency. It's predicted to be the worst drought in over 100 years. The water tables are falling, and in California, the industry that uses the majority of the water is agriculture, and specifically animal agriculture. So I think if we don't halt these operations, we'll have business as usual, we'll have status quo, and already that's leading to unprecedented wildfire seasons. It's leading to sea level rise. It's leading to resource depletion. I mean, the trajectory doesn't look very good.
Diana follows the plant-based lifestyle because of her inherent beliefs about our animal people co-inhabitants.
I don't think humans are above animals. And I think how our society is built, humans are somehow above the thousands and millions of other species on this planet. And then we use the planet to serve our needs. And that's not how I want to live. I believe I'm interconnected with Earth. I'm interconnected with all these plants and animals. I'm not above them, and they're not here for my comfort. They're not here for my preference. They're not here for me to, eat or exploit. They're here because they have inherent value. Every single living being has inherent value. And so for me, eating a vegan diet and having a plant-based diet just makes sense to me.
Both Diana and Julie are wonderful examples of how important it is to give a voice to those who cannot speak for themselves and to never underestimate what speaking out against injustice can do.
It's been years. I started for elk in my living room with a couple friends after I heard about the proposed shooting of the Thule elk. And now it's like grown to this really amazing movement with people, biologists, ecologists, TV filmmakers, TV producers, the concerned public. So many people are involved now, and it just needs to keep going in that direction.
The more we educate people, the more people are rising up. And in my time working with the elk, I've never seen a movement that's going on right now. People are saying, these are our elk, these are our public lands, and we're not going to put up with this anymore. And so there's hope. For the first time, for the Thule elk and other wildlife as well, I think there's real hope.
Many thanks to all those involved in this laudable campaign. We wish you much success in your noble endeavors. For decades, our most beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai has warned that raising animal people livestock not only destroys the environment, but is the primary cause of global warming. She says that a global shift to a vegan lifestyle is essential if we want to save our planet.
If you really love your children, you would do anything, right? You would even lay down your life. But you don't even have to lay down your life. You will be even more healthy. You just lay down that piece of animal, people, meat, which is poisonous and bad for you, bad for the environment, and damaging the planet anyway. The planet that they want their children to inherit. It's just still giving me pain to know that animal people and humans still suffer due to the climate steadily rising. And people, the humans, don't do enough to stop it. To stop it quickly.
Our deepest gratitude goes to our most gracious Supreme Master Ching Hai for her wisdom and guidance. We pray every day that our shared wish for a vegan world soon comes true. For more information on Tony Seagull and to watch the documentary The Betrayal of Point Reyes, please visit filmfreeway.com/Tony Seagull, youtube.com/C/Silver Reaction Media. For more information on Julie Phillips, please visit naturebasedteaching.com. For more information on Diana Oppenheim and 4ELK, please visit 4elk.org.
Vegan, worthy being.
Noble viewers, thank you for being with us today. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for Sisu Refuge, a safe sanctuary for saved pig people, right after Noteworthy News. Through the grace of the divine, may you enjoy a long, peaceful life in a vegan world.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/PE.